guys, it's your girl Aisha, aka Geek XX Chic, and we're here with Aisha Watches Anime. We're reacting to the season finale of Sentenced to Be a Hero Season 1, Episode 12, which is called Sentence Aid in Evacuation of Eof Chegg Port 3. So, last episode was kind of the wrap up of at least part of what was going on in this whole situation with Eof City. The main thing that happened in that battle was that Xylo and Teorita were able to take out Bojum, who is a pretty formidable foe. Definitely would have been harder for other people to take out. And also in that battle, they managed to take out the girl with all the augmented hands, along with the mercenary that had a suit similar to oh my gosh, I keep forgetting the name of the guy that's on the hero side with the suit. So at least that little, I guess you say, pack of people that were working with Bojum, they are now out of the equation, but Spriggan is still at large. And also another big thing we learned is that the king of the demons, which we learned there is now a king, not just the lords, he very much wants Teorita taken out of the equation at all costs. And also it looks like even the demon king has heard about Xylo, and Xylo makes him nervous. So yes, our pair is very, very important to the other side, and it does make me curious as to what's going to be sent at them next. So I'm ready to jump into this finale. Let's do that. Just before I do, please hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. The season is done for this show, but I'm going to be reacting to a lot more fun animes here, so hopefully you'll join for the journey. And also, if you'd like to catch the entire season of this show uncut as far as my reactions, you can do so on my Patreon. All right, that out of the way, let's get into the episode right now. Oh, yep. One thing about Xylo, he gonna destroy things. We're still doing that? Teorita did do well. She's much more chill. Look at that. We've come so far since episode 1. That is true of humanity. We all want to be told we're doing a good job. Such a long walk. Jeez Louise. Y'all don't got no horses you can send out? Wait. Wait. I don't trust. I don't trust. And that man is dead. Woo! I thought so. Look at that, Xylo, your little present came in so quickly. Well, it wasn't a kid anymore, unfortunately. Sav don't care. He did see correctly. He does have the good eyes. Not the kick. Damn. Give her. Listen, she did use her knife properly. But you did a good job. Exactly. Now you know. That must be Spriggan's power. Yep, that's Spriggan's power. I feel like he puts pieces of himself in people, maybe? Sounds disgusting. Kind of their nature, but you like it. You mean your besties? It is, exactly. Okay, maybe not a shower, but another head pat deserved for blocking that, because I would have gotten stabbed. Not bad. Calm down. Calm down. Frenchie, I keep forgetting her name. Really? Damn. I was hoping for Kivia's sake she wouldn't have another family member that was dirty, but birds of a feather, as they say. Host. Got it.
実は魔王現象が周囲を侵食する際には独自のなんというか波があるんだ。同族ならそれを捉えられる。
Other demon lords.
どうやら僕の犯している罪は勇者部隊の中では最も底が浅くて単純で分かりやすいみたいなんだ。
Which is?
人間はすごいよ。こういう性質はすごくありがちで動機としてつまらないものだって言うんだから。
Sadly, we are our own worst enemy.
何でも言うこと聞きますって感じだよ。倫理観も学んでいる最中なんだ。君たち魔王現象にとって僕はた。
Really?
この辺の理屈はまだうまく説明できない
And
んだ。
monologuing.
さっきから君のその声
Music to his ears, yeah.
に時間をかけたい気分だ。名乗るのが遅れ
Indeed, let's get your name.
僕は魔王現象パックプー
Puka?
名前を使ってライノーと呼ばれている。
Knew it. That's why Tiarita always had a bad
良い
feeling about
夢を
him.
スプリガン。
I mean, thank you. Not really, but thanks. Interesting. So Spriggan was more like an infection. Rhino, I don't know if it's just taking on. He said original owner, so he does the same thing. Never mind.
ああ、血の人形を身代わりにし
Okay, I thought it was a little easy to take you down.
た。彼らを殺すにはもっと人間の血が必要だ。
That's annoying. What's more annoying is that they know the holy sword is in her hands.
叔父上におかれましても卓越した素晴らしい式であったと聞いております。
Did you?
運にも恵まれたのだ。
Hmm?
もしそのような栄誉に預かるとしたら、まずは人事を一新しよう。
Really?
我々はもっと団結しなければならない。
Get rid of anyone who doesn't want to be a
お前
coexister?
の置かれている状況も改善する必要がある。
Oh, really? Butter her up. Hmm?
人事の一新。
Yeah. Talk more about that.
そこで神殿の幹部を強制派の一党
Wow,
に入れ
to
替え
his
るおつもり
face?
ですか。
He could be a fairy.
マハイゼル・ジエルコフ。
Mm-hmm.
神官や司祭が武運を祈る際には、
All?
ジエルコフと呼ぶのは北方出身者のみ。
Oh, she's smart.
ろくに外の世界を知らなかった幼い私を折に触れて連れ出してくれた。
Hmm.
必要なものを与えてくれた。この件もそうです。
And that sword meant so much to her.
私を連れて町に出るとき、叔父上が決まって名乗る記名がジエルコフでした。
覚えていたか。
I think she remembers every interaction she ever had with you.
叔父上の言葉によれば、七人一丸隊ということでしたが、
She is reading out all the receipts.
叔父上、なぜ強制派などに組みするのです？
That's a good question.
私と私の家族、
叔父
He ain't scared of you, girl.
人類はやがて敗北す
That's what
る。
I figured. He thought he's on the winning side.
心の正しいものと
The righteous
私
at
の愛する
heart.
家族は無事であってほしい。
You're included in that?
上ならば、
That part. You call yourself righteous and a man of the cloth,
たことではない。
and that's your attitude. So you're not righteous.
英雄にでもなりたいのか。
I mean, that's what
Oh,
happens
shoot.
all the time.
私は
お前はどこか幼く大人になりきれていない。
She's not immature. She's childlike in that she still has belief in good things. If growing up means being corrupt, no thanks.
できればお前も強制派として
Oh, would
今後
you?
の世界の運営に関わって
Okay. Well, I'd also like to be a trillionaire, but we don't always get what we want.
敗北する。
Or they won't.
我々は生き残った人間の中で管理者の側に
Positions of
立たな
authority. So it's about power. That's the real crux of it.
与えねば
やめてください。
Girl, you know you ain't gonna kill him, so stop.
本当に尊敬していました。
So sorry, my girl. That's why you should never put humans on pedestals,
間違っている。
especially if you got the power to protect.
それはひどく独善的で
Okay,
These
tell
are
yourself
not
whatever you need to, crazy. Please stop talking to this man.
黙れ！ラジート、拘束しろ！
I don't know if you can hear him.
償って。
Oh!
なんじゃ
I knew he was gonna die. From last episode, I knew he was gonna die. Like, you should have acted faster.
お前のことは娘のように
Did you?
思っていたよ。
She's faster. I'm so sorry that you had to be the one to do it, girl. But I knew he wasn't gonna go to no jail. Well, guess you're not seeing your promised land, sir. Damn, you really hit him hard. Hold it together. She's gonna need a little therapy.
よりによってジェイス君が言います
Why?
いや ライノーさんは放っておいていいんじゃないっす
Because y'all haven't noticed that he's not human yet?
あの人がまだ生きてるフェアリー持ち帰ってくるの見たことありますよ。
Indeed, he has, huh?
ライノーと共に反省を命ずる。
そんな俺がテオリッタちゃんのピンチを救った。
He did.
無様な姿ね。こんなところで何をのんきにしているの？
This is what he does.
悪いな。今日はもう店じまい。
Right? He's like, don't ask me to do a thing else today.
お前の罵倒にも付き合いそうに。
Yeah, right? You're about to insult me, I'm sure.
この町への攻撃は陽動でした。
Hmm.
第9世騎士団の防衛網を破り、第二王都を吸収したそう。
Damn.
世の都がフェアリーともに攻撃を
They're everywhere. This is gonna get real knockdown drag out, guys.
こちらの動きは筒抜け、完全に裏をかかれ
And
まし
how
た。
did they get wind?
第二王都が陥落した。
Well, damn.
ガルトゥイル要塞と第一王とは喉元に刃を突きつけら
Well,
れた
yeah,
ような。
it's a war.
お前が死ぬべきだ。いたんじゃねえ。
Yeah, this is the hard part, right? No one knows the truth. No one heard it. So now it's going to look like she just committed murder against a family member and a holy man at that for no reason. Especially since the last time people saw her in public, she was singing his praises. Oh my God, is she going to become a hero?
お前はマーレン大司祭の人望とその能力を恐れた。
Yeah, I'm sorry, girl. It's the corruption goes all the way to the top.
なぜ裁判を行わない法廷で話をさせろ
Girl, their system is broken. Have you not figured that out yet?
時間はいくらでも。
But why they didn't just kill her is very interesting. Guess they want her. Oh, damn, how long have we been in here?
申し訳ない。少し議論に時間がかかってね。
Is this lace front bust down?
あと一人がギリギリだったので、いろいろと迷ったよ。
I thought so. He's gonna make her into a hero.
第13世紀師団団長。軍人としての能力もさることながら、そ
Really?
の精神面には驚かされたよ。
Hmm.
尊敬する恩人さえ、顔も知らない誰かのために容赦なく裁ける。
Oh, it's exactly what she said.
まさに英雄としての信念、あるいは妄想と呼ぶにふ
Is
さ
it delusion?
私の女神は本を召喚する。情報を召喚する。
Okay. That's an interesting power. I don't think we heard about that one yet.
聖騎士なのか
Not quite.
12番目の聖騎士だ。あなたとは同僚だったということになる。
I don't believe it.
これから選択肢を提示させてもらう。
Want to become a hero?
懲罰勇者となって魔王現象と戦い続ける。
You and Jyla will have that in common.
私なら断るし、個人的に
Of course you
はあ
wouldn't.
なたに適性があるとも思えない。
Oh, provoking her into it.
大昔の対戦初期は異世界から英雄を召喚していた。
Oh, really? Mortal
どうも意
Kombat.
思の疎通が難しかったらしくてね。
Cultural issues.
この世界で死んだ人間を英雄として呼び出すことにしたんだ。
Mummies?
戦いの最前線に立ち、死ぬことすら許されず戦い続ける。
The heroes.
形をとっているのは、まあ、いろいろと事情があってね。
Mm.
第一の女神の能力も完全ではない。
Really?
人間には魂とでも言うべき何かがあるらしくて、
Appears? Okay.
勇者たちの記憶とそれを思い出すことに日々全力を注いでい
So the
る。
first goddess is powering all the heroes?
せいぜいあと一人分ってとこかな。
Huh.
それでどうする？
Well, with that
多頭種キ
pitch.
リア。
Oh, girl, I don't know. I think I'd want to die, but you too stubborn for that.
勇者になるといえば私を
Oh, yeah, you know, you're good to them there.
分解してここから運び出す。こればかりは仕方がない。
Pieces?
死ぬか、信じずに死ぬか。選択肢はそ
So
の
die either way? I'm not. Okay. Damn, all of that just because you tried to do it was right.
数少ない理解者だった星は
And yet,
この手で殺した
he was gonna kill you first, girl.
部下や勇者部隊は私の罪をどう
People who
思
are
っているの
closest
か
to you
と
probably want an explanation.
自分こそが人類を裏切った強制派の一人だと 思われている
Do
とし
they
た
even
ら
know about coexisters though?
あの男にそう思われるのは
Your man who's not your man? Shiloh, I think, knows you well enough to know there's no way.
戦うことを許されるなら誰とも知れない人々のためにこそ
That line again.
勇者になろう
All right, well, here comes Kivia the hero.
後戻りはできない。推奨もしない。他言無用の処置もほど
I have a feeling he wasn't supposed to be in here, by the way, but
あなたの勇者化には今でも反
are
対。
you really? She has to do it herself?
波頭主君や
Why did she have to do it herself?
君を勇者系に
Hi, hero. Damn. Is that all we got? Okay. Okay, guys. Well, that was the season finale of Sentenced to Be a Hero. And yeah, we have a new hero entering the ranks. She had a choice, but it wasn't a great choice. And as I said, I don't think that homie there, Bust Down, I don't know that he's supposed to be there. I think he snuck in because it sounds like the military / clergy probably wanted her to either be a heretic or they were probably going to force her into being a coexister. I think that's what they wanted. That's why they kept trying to get her to sign the confession, as I think they wanted, because obviously coexisters are going to want strong fighters on their side versus losing them if they could. So I think he snuck in because we know he's definitely got some strings and he offered her this option because he wanted to basically force her hand. But who's behind him, why he's doing it, that's another whole question that is still very much outstanding. The people that he's chosen to be heroes that we've seen thus far are all people who've demonstrated, as he just said in that cell to her, people who are willing to be selfless for the masses, people who put their own safety and priorities and ambition to the back when it comes to the needs of the greater people. And I don't think, like, to take people like that who've done things wrong and decide to give them this life, it doesn't seem like I mean, it is a punishment, of course, but it just feels like, why them? There's worse people out there that should deserve this. So anyways, as I said, I think, oh gosh, I can't remember how many episodes ago, I do think that even though he's coming off very sinister and there probably is some darker, twisted reasons behind this, but I do think he's building his own resistance to whatever the heck is happening in the clergy, in the military, in the royal family. And I do think that that all has to do with the coexisters as well. And he's building his own side army of people who will be strong enough to take out the right people when the time comes. That's what I'm thinking. And the whole vow with the hero thing, I think is just a way to ensure that they don't stray from the path at any point, so that if they do ever get to the point where they want to switch to the other side, they can just take their heads off. Now that does make me wonder what's going on with Rhino, because if Rhino's a hero, like, the body he's in could be taken out at any point. But I guess whoever's running him, what did he say his name was? He called himself a Demon Blight. Puka something, Puka, I guess, is like Spriggan, so I guess he could just find another host, but this one's working for him at the moment. But I'll get back to that in a second. But yeah, Kivia, that's very sad. The whole thing with her, this was her episode for sure. You know, her finding out the truth about her uncle, it's disappointing. As I said in the episode, it sucks that, you know, her parents, they were corrupt, they refused to do what was right, and that's why she chose to separate herself from them. And then the family members she did feel like actually saw her and encouraged her and really created this father-daughter relationship type of thing with her, to find out that he did not the exact, but he too ended up being corrupted by power, and just that she'd misjudged him so heavily. Like, that was just so many blows for her. And I really felt bad that she had to experience losing someone, a parental figure like that again. And, you know, it's hilarious. You know, I think they did such a good job with her uncle trying to give her that twisted speech about how, oh, it's actually more selfish for you to want to save everybody from the blight. Like, he's like, that's just your overblown ego. The real selflessness is to try to preserve the people we think deserve to go into the new world, and then we'll be in positions of power once the demons take over. Like, what? Like, sir, are you actually listening to the words coming out of your mouth? But that's what happens, right? When people sell their soul for something, you gotta find some justification. And yeah, unfortunately, in the end, her uncle was no better than her parents. And as I said, you know, her parents, I don't know if he's the uncle on the dad or the mother's side, but typically that kind of stuff, it's not usually just one-off family member that'll do that. It's typically a mindset that they have overall. And in this case, it looks like, unfortunately, corruption does run in her family, at least on that side. So I did feel bad for Kivia. I'm sad that it came down to her having to, doing a do or die between the two of them. I think her uncle knew that if he couldn't beat her, that if he died, it would not look good for her. And that's why he wasn't sad about dying, because the coexisting movement's still going to go for now. But yeah, my girl Kivia did not handle that right at all. She should have had something where other people could hear and witness what her uncle said and give her a little bit more face. But I think that still would have been hard anyways, because the coexisters are in all these different high-ranking positions. They probably still would have found a way to nullify what she said or to make the confession fake. Who knows? But the point is, it would have been nicer if she could have brought him in alive, but that was never going to work because, again, with the connections the coexisters have, he would have been out soon, or they would have killed him in prison, one or the other. So it was sadly just a lose-lose situation all around. I don't know what a better solution would have been. Maybe if Xylo had a crack at him, he might have been able to get different things out of him. I don't know. But yeah, it just sucks for Kivia. That emotional blow was a lot. You can see she was traumatized from it. And then, of course, her reputation, that a lot of what she worked for up to this point was to show that she was different than her family and prove that she was an upright person who had a strong moral compass. And this assassination of her character is extremely hurtful. As we see, that was actually the thing that ended up being the pushing point for her deciding to be a hero, is that I can't live with my men and the people that I've worked with and Xylo thinking that I would go to the other side. I just can't live with that. So yeah, it looks like she is now going to be a hero, and that's the last, I guess, that's going to be made, because from what we heard of this lore around the heroes, this is a goddess power that's allowing the heroes to be created, and that makes sense. And this goddess actually has to maintain her memory of these guys. I guess that's why the resurrections work, is that she has to retain who they are in order to bring them back. But obviously, I guess because a person's life experience literally gets changed and added to every single day of their life. So it's for these humans, assuming they live like us, up to maybe 70, 80 years plus, that's a lot of memories to retain. And then I'll take that on top of that in this world. If you can keep bringing them back, some of them are probably living way past what they would actually live to be without this curse on them. So all that to say, I get that basically said the goddess has got limits as far as how much she can retain. So after a while, for certain people, it just gets down to this is what you generally look like. And I say generally because look at Tetsuya, right? Tetsuya has been rezzed so many times that even his physical form doesn't resemble probably what he looked like when he first became a hero. So I think for each one, every time they die, the goddess probably lets go of quite a bit of her memory of them. And that's just the way it goes. So anyway, it's very interesting to hear what that lore is and a better understanding of that. And yes, this is exactly why it's very important that people like Xylo don't die. I think he's died once now so far. So for him to let's keep it there, ideally. Let's hope he doesn't have to come back again. But yeah, sad for Kivia on one side, but on the other side, this is a very twisted way for her to end up beside the man she wants to be next to anyway. So yeah, now her and Xylo have this in common, and she's gonna have a great mentor in him anyways. So yeah, that was pretty much Kivia's side of things. We didn't get too much outside of that, outside of course discovering that Rhino is Puka. He's been right under their noses, and of course being in such a good position because the heroes are literally sent to every blight problem that's there. He's getting the inner information and being able to feed it to the other side, and that is why it doesn't matter where they're sent, they're not going to have the kind of success they would have otherwise. So I do wonder how long it's going to be before Xylo picks up on the fact that it might be someone within the heroes, but we'll have to see. But yeah, Rhino took out Spriggan for us, so that's interesting. I would have liked to know more about Spriggan, but I guess Spriggan's whole existence was more for us to understand that there are demon lords that can in fact take on human form, or at least it looks like host in a human body is more like what it was really happening. But yeah, so now we know that Bojum's not dead. Apparently he can create a blood doll or something like that. So yeah, he basically created a copy of himself to fight Xylo, and he was like, yeah, once I saw I was gonna lose that battle, I did not want to be there. He says he needs more human blood to beat him. It won't take it. It still won't be enough. But anyways, the truth is though, I think like I said in the last episode, I don't think Bojum wants to kill Xylo. That's the thing. But anyway, he's still alive. So for better or worse, that's happening. And yeah, but the heroes, not too much there. Just more of, obviously the attack on my girl, Terita, but she blocked it. Her reflexes aren't that bad. We saw that Xylo was quite proud of her. And yes, she does need to learn a little bit more about hand-to-hand and close quarters type stuff, because her powers, yes, they're great, but as we've seen, she can't summon it quick all the time. And sometimes you need to just deal with something that's right in front of you. So that is a good thing. Hopefully we'll get to see that next season. And then of course we hear from Frenchie when it was all said and done. that the battle that they did, for the tower was just a distraction, because while everyone, as far as like some of them, well, not even because they didn't get any reinforcements, but they did get like the best heroes were all sent to take care of that issue. They actually went for the second capital, which I guess is a major defense city, and it's fallen. Basically, they weren't prepared. Their armies, we all know that the armies, from what we've seen since episode 1, the armies are not set up at all to handle these fairies. Like, it's always the heroes that have to do the heavy lifting. So without Xylo and some of the best of the hero gang not being there, we see that unfortunately that city is lost. So now there's more pressure being put on the first capital, and I think they said there's like a holy city. And yeah, if one of those falls, I guess it's pretty much gonna be a wrap for humankind the way things are going. So yeah, we ended the season with, we got a mini victory, but not really. We got some information about, some people that are moling the ranks at the moment. And then, yeah, as I said, someone else is joining the hero team, and apparently she is going to be the last one because this goddess cannot hold anymore in her memory, or so at least is what this guy is telling us. If it's true or not, and whether or not he's really a holy knight or not, I have questions about. But anyway, that was all very good information. So yeah, very good setup for season 2. I don't know if it's been approved yet. I'm hoping it has been. I felt like this is a really good anime. The animation has always been excellent. I like the storyline. I like characters. I feel like it was a really good first season. Like, we had just enough for a 12 season arc, and they definitely left me very much anticipating seeing where we're going to go with this. Like, I feel like this is a show that 3 seasons would probably be a good amount of episodes to kind of wrap up an arc of, what's going to happen to get this whole war out, kind of done and dusted. So hopefully we'll get to see the whole story. Hopefully we'll hear something soon and not have to wait too long. But I enjoyed watching this series. I hope you guys enjoyed watching along with me. As I mentioned, this is done, but I do have a lot of other animes I'll be reacting to here on the channel. So hopefully you'll join the fam if you haven't already. Thank you so much for all your watches and comments and support, and I hope to see you in the next video.